Alrighty. Good morning, Miss Seymour. Well, afternoon, I guess, now. But it'll be morning, more than likely, when you actually see this. So this is Harrison Vaughn giving my summary of The Shadow of the Almighty, as well as my comparing and contrasting The Shadow of the Almighty with Hamlet. So I'm going to lay a brief outline of what's going to happen here. So first of all, I'm going to summarize The Shadow of the Almighty briefly. Then I'm going to explain to you how it affected my life personally. And then I'm going to contrast Hamlet with The Shadow of the Almighty, and then we'll conclude. So The Shadow of the Almighty is the story of the life of Jim Elliot from his childhood and following Christ at a young age to ultimately being led to the mission field where he was, in the end, killed by people he was actually trying to save. So The Shadow of the Almighty is actually written by his wife, Elizabeth Elliot, who talks about the way she perceived Jim while in the field and at home and the love that she felt from Jim that he had towards these people. As well as I personally think that The Shadow of the Almighty is a love story between a man and his God, as well as God and a woman, in the way that Elizabeth Elliot continues to pursue these people who actually killed her husband and showed them love, which in the end paid off, which she brought them to faith after they killed her husband. So the way it impacted my life was I think it just showed me the fact that we need to love those who hurt us as opposed to hating them like Hamlet did, where Elizabeth Elliot's husband was killed, yet she continued to love them and continued to pursue them to bring them to Christ, which is what I should be doing in my life to those who hurt me and do things that anger me, which help them as opposed to trying to hurt them or hating them, which is not the godly thing to do. So let's go ahead and compare and contrast Hamlet. I feel like there's nothing to compare between the two books because they're polar opposites. On one hand, with The Shadow of the Almighty, Elizabeth Elliot loves these people who killed her husband, whereas in Hamlet, Hamlet hates and tries to kill the man who killed his father, which was his uncle Claudius, of course. So there's really nothing to compare there, but they do contrast each other very drastically, in my opinion. So, bringing this to an end, I feel like The Shadow of the Almighty is a lovely book. It's a beautiful story, and I think it's an example that sets to everyone on how we should love people. And Hamlet, on the other hand, is an example of a way that we should not act towards people who do us wrong. So, to conclude and make this memorable, I'm going to hold up a turkey decoy and wish you a lovely night and tell Alan hello. Thank you.
Bye, Miss Seymour.